معنا السيدة علجية سندي.
We have Mrs. Algia Sindi from Mount Sanad. Can you tell us about Mount Sanad and its history? I have known about this mountain since I was born. There were olive trees and the native plow. We used to plow the land, harvest wheat and olives. My father was a farmer back then. And when we grew up, my parents as well as my grandparents passed away. What do you know about the history of Mount Sanad? I mean the ancient history. Back then, in the ancient times, people came here from Matmata. Our early ancestors are Matmatans. My grandfather and his brother Hamza settled in this land. My grandfather had two sons, Abu Bakr and Tayyib. One lived here and the other in the lower area. People started to flow from everywhere and the region became populated. They built their houses, often using juniper wood, especially for the roofs. Our lives were all about the plow, olives and figs. Then the elders of the village passed away. In what year did this happen? That was a long time ago. Maybe 300 or even 700 years ago. That's the age of this village. Only the youth remained, who grew up and learned the Quran and reading. A school was opened back then, and the younger ones began to learn. Generation after generation, they lived in dwellings or caves. They also inhabited that mountain in the past. Tell us in detail how you used to live in the caves. We collected pampas grass, olives, and women and men, as well as camels and livestock, together lived in the caves at the top. They uprooted juniper and pine trees. Otherwise, those areas were inaccessible. They cleared them and built those caves. Do you have thyme and rosemary plants here? We don't have thyme, but we have rosemary, sage, and many other herbs on the mountain. If you go there, you can get a lot. Women gather juniper, uproot the pampas grass, and sell them. If you have a camel or a donkey, they load what they collect in it. Otherwise, they carry it on their backs. However, this area is struggling. It is not developed, and no one takes care of it. Since you live here, do any tourists visit this area and go to see the caves? Yes, they came from Gafsa, Sfax and Tunis, and even from abroad. Do tourists often come here? Yes, some were here yesterday and visited the caves. A friend of theirs brought them here. They visited the caves and took some pictures. More than one bus full of tourists comes in here from Gafsa. They also come from Buzayan too. When I was in good health, they used to come to my house and I would sing for them. However, this region remains unappreciated. What is missing? We have electricity, a hospital and a school, but we lack water. They extended water pipes, but each of us was asked to contribute 200 dinars to attend the pump and to provide us with water. As you can see, we are still waiting. Some of us paid the money, and others, like me, had only the allowance for the needy. If I pay, I will have nothing left. I bought a water tank for 45 dinars. Where do you get the water? From the market below. This amount is enough for us for 2 or 3 months, just for me and my daughter. When we run out, we buy again. If I pay 200 dinars, I won't have anything left for food and water. Some suggested I live in the market area, but the rent there is too expensive for me. I will stay in my place until my death. How many people live here? Only 3 families. Everyone moved near the market because this village has no jobs or any source to sustain us. They migrated to the coast and abroad. Can you speak Berber? Please tell us some words.
منشك ولدي شيجت هتش مني متش نقول لك أنا ما نتوهض قولي لي ذكري